Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. DJ Hampton Stampede, I'm in the building. Listen, I got this clip. Apparently, it was deleted off the original page, but there's no other way to say this. This is dangerous, right? It's a damn shame that if a man shares his experience, right, and has the audacity to say he was taken advantage of sexually, it's unbelievable that that can happen to a man. I got this clip here with Kendra G interviewing this brother here who had been on her show previously. He tells her about his experience in terms of a woman trapping him with a baby because she was trying to get citizenship into this country, assuming that he would marry her after. And then this happens, man. Hit the like button if you can. That helps the channel the most.
How you doing?
Hi, what's your name, sir?
I'm Papa Dan.
Papa Dan.
Yeah, I'm Papa Dan.
Papa Dan?
Yeah. It's my company, my business, but yeah. Yeah,
Say
so
what,
I've been
sir?
on your show before. Yeah, I've been on your show before, like back in 2022 when you first got
3 years ago.
Yeah, a little minute ago. Yeah, so then that was back when I was in Florida. I live in St. Louis now, so
We've grown so much. We got the Kendra Cam, we got a dating app. So you want to do it again?
I'm here to try again. Different city, new people, you know what I mean? So let's go for it.
Let's go for it. What's your name, sir? You said Pop. So what am I going to call you?
You can call me Daniel, Papa Dan. That's
Daniel.
No.
Daniel, and you're in St. Louis now?
St. Louis now.
How old are you?
33, going on 34.
Okay, and what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces. March 5th, baby.
Before we get all the way into it, the body language is uberly important. Y'all got to pay attention to the body language. That's the key to a lot of what's happening here.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
I have a son.
How old is your son?
He's going to be 2. He's another Pisces, just like his daddy.
Why are you not with the mama?
He's March 10th.
Why are you not with the mama? You had a baby since you've been on my show, too.
Yeah. Another person trying to run the system, try to take advantage, you know.
She you?
Yeah, you can say that. We as a man, I can't really run with that narrative because nobody can really believe it. But yeah, I put it on the Bible that that's what happened, you know, because that is my.
Now, peep the smirk, right? She said the word RAPE, right? She used that word. He said, that's what I say would happen, although nobody would believe me because I'm man, including Kendra. But she the one that introduced that to it, right? And he said he wasn't even going to say that at first. But the body language is the thing that I don't understand. As a host, you got to be open and objective, right? But as soon as the man said that he was taken advantage of sexually, it's just simply unbelievable. And he called it out before her body language even started talking for her.
Prodigy, so nevertheless, how he got here, that's what we doing.
I need the details of how you got by the girl.
She is not a citizen of America, so naturally, if you've been in America illegally, you know you're gonna try to do your best to try to stay. And in your mind and way of thinking, not even if you ask any of your homegirls that's international too, they'll tell you ain't a good idea to just go up and sleep with an American dude and just try to have a baby so you can try to stay in America, hoping he will marry you. That's what they be hoping they gonna marry you. No, they ain't gonna get Papa Dan. No.
Well, Papa Dan, you did put a baby in her though. But let's hear about how, why it happened, etc.
Gonna get me.
Papa Dan. So
Whoa.
I wanted you to explain your side.
What's up?
But on that being said, you still have to willingly have, this is why I said, because that's the only way a woman could trap you. Right. But if you willingly had sex with her, then you participated. So did you willingly have sex with her?
I mean, she got me. I used to make wine.
Instantly, this is obtuse, right? You can consent and then you can not consent at any time, right? We hear that for women all the time, right? But they think because we having an erection that we automatically consent because our penis is hard, right? That's a biological function, right? Arousal can happen, you know? But at any point in time, you could say that you want to stop, both the man and woman. But that seemed to just be going over her head like no way a man would want to stop, right? But he's saying, he agreed with you to saying that he got raped, right? But it's unbelievable that it could happen to a man.
Back then. So, like I said, on the level of accountability,
she Bill Cosby you? She gave you a pill?
For me, I can say on the level of accountability.
Didn't matter what he said, right? She Bill Cosby you like it was a joke, gave you the pill like it's a joke, and then sat back like, get the fuck out of here, right? This part I don't understand, man. It's dangerous.
Accountability, you know, when a woman wraps their legs around you in the process of you being on top and you trying to relinquish yourself from the situation, and she's saying, no, dude, you ain't going nowhere. You going to have my baby. And in that moment as a dude, you're like, all right, well, shit, we going to do plan B like we normally do. And then she looked at me like, no, we ain't doing that neither. So, you know, I was like.
Okay, so again, so she's letting you know all this in the act, and you still went through with this. So it's great.
You know, what, you know, women's rights, her body, her choice.
Exactly. So here's the deal: her body, her choice. But you can decide not to put your body inside her body. That
very well. So, and that's the level of accountability that I have in the situation.
Yeah, he's taking accountability here.
She got me drunk off my own supply. I don't ever drink my own supply. 13% alcohol content. She said, "Ooh, Daniel, come and drink this wine with me in the room. I'm gonna bring a glass." Well, I ain't trying to, you know. But my dumb self did what it did, and that's just the level of accountability I have for it. So here we are today. You know, trying to hope and pray we can find a wholesome woman that could treat your boy right. Somebody with some knowledge on her side that has been through the trenches and know how tough it is in this dating pool that got all the piss in it, you know? We're all a work in progress out here, you know?
The silence is deafening, right? The silence is deafening. He said that he was taken advantage of sexually. And look at the response. Look at the response.
That's the story you really want to tell? So that's the story you really going to... No, hold on real quick. I said that because you said a woman trapped you. So sarcastically, I said, oh, she raped you?
Right.
And then you said yes.
You know what? A man can never be a damsel in distress because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be masculine. We're not supposed to have feelings. But in the whole light of the situation, when we had the pre-conversation about kids, I didn't want to have kids at that time.
So here's the deal. Okay, if you don't want to have kids at times, then your responsibility is A, you don't have sex with her because you don't want to have kids. B, you wear a condom to protect yourself from having kids. And then we can have the grown folks. There is a grown folks pull out game. So my thing is, regardless of what she said, you are still a man that has to take accountability for participating in the act. Your record denied that.
Notice, right? He already said I'm accountable, right? He told the story. He mentioned that he was intoxicated. So as you know, you can't even consent to sex if you're intoxicated. He said that when he was inside of her, right? She said what she said. She wrapped her legs. She did what she did. That wasn't even addressed at all, right? There has been times where people literally reported the fact that they've been taken advantage of sexually after it happened, after they consented. The two boys that played at Ohio State lost their careers because they had the girl on videotape saying that she consented to the sex, but because she regretted it later, they was on trial. They got arrested and everything. They didn't play at Ohio State again. Both of the boys were pretty good. You haven't seen them in the NFL because after it was done, she felt how she felt, right? So we have to take that understanding and apply it equally and hear what the man is saying. Don't just instantly dismiss it because you think that can't happen to a man, right? And this is a dating coach and a host. You should have an elevated level of understanding for human interaction because you're trying to put people together. That shit ain't cool.
We can rewind the video, love. I've already taken accountability for the whole issue of it.
So I'm not
3 times.
Let's go record deny that you were because you was not.
Oh my God.
And any
you bugging. Do you hear what you just said? The man told you what happened to him. You just tell him it didn't? I've never heard that ever told to a woman that, no, she wasn't raped. That's disgusting. I wouldn't do no shit like that. Just as a moderator, an orator, a content creator, if somebody says that something that dramatic happened to him, there's no way you can dismiss it. There's no way you could cast the judgment and say, nope, I don't believe you, so therefore it don't exist. That's irresponsible as hell, man.
I'll just say in a woman's eyes, no. But if I was to talk to a group of men and tell them what happened, it didn't happen to several dudes. We just don't talk about it. These are like stories we don't tell. Crip stories we just don't tell. But at the end of the day, my perception is my perception of what really happened. Only I and the person that had the child that up and decided to be a single mother, because a lot of times, you don't understand, if there are women striving out here to be single mothers, they do not want men in the picture.
Dan, that is the thing, listen, I'm not, hold on real quick. What's Dan, that? I'm not disagreeing with her intentions, right? Maybe her intentions were to get pregnant by you, to stay in America. There's no disagreement there. The intentions of what you're describing could very well be true. The disagreement is you claiming to have been raped. Okay. Like, that's the disagreement.
Discrepancy wise, so I can give you so we can move on. I got drunk off my own supply of wine that I made, that I squished with my hands. You serve me wine, you force it down my throat, I get drunk. Now, every woman's story is if they get drunk and they get instantly the man is guilty, he goes to jail, lock away the key in the chamber of secrets.
That's true.
Like I said,
that was
in
funny
America,
too.
Realistically, that will never be the man's narrative. And that's why
true again.
Hold on. Let me finish. That's why
I'm not gonna let you finish, because I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm jumping in.
Oh my God.
You are telling the wrong story. When those women are using the example of they have passed out, right? So these are women that if they were drugged, they will say that they were not even coherent in the act of sex. I
wasn't coherent.
No, you are coherent because you told me exactly what happened. You told me she was on top of you. You told me that
I told you I was on top of her. She put her legs around me.
Either way, you are telling me exactly what happened in the sexual activity. So you were not. You were
trying to win an argument about this.
You can't use that as an example. And conscious, only thing you can say is if you don't remember nothing, and then that will still be hard because then it'll be like, how did you have an erection? But long story short, you cannot compare yourself to women who have been drugged because these women don't remember anything. You can recite
quote unquote, Kendra don't remember anything. Anybody can wake up from consciousness during the act of something.
How far you willing to go to prove a point? That is nasty work. That is super dangerous what she's saying right here. No, there's plenty of people that have been taken advantage of, being inebriated, being drunk as hell, being incoherent, right? A lot of people have recapped while being slightly intoxicated or inebriated the fact that they've been taken advantage of sexually, right? Even though it could seem like they gave consent. So how far are you willing to go to prove a point? We've heard so many stories of women recapping the fact that they've been raped and how it happened. While drinking, while rolling, while on something. People recap shit all the time. That's dangerous as hell, man. It's irresponsible. It's irresponsible.
And completely fall back asleep. And when you go to court, like I said, it's her word against mine. Hey, I'm not here to stir no pot. I'm not on here to stir the yah sisterhood, traveling pants club. We ain't here to do none of that. We just here to see if there's any honest women out here that can understand their brother's situation, because there's a lot of other brothers have been through the same thing I have. And I could be a bitter baby daddy, and I could be bashing her all over the world like most men would, but I don't have time to do that. I'm a progressive male. I done moved on with my life. She didn't got a whole nother man and is doing what she doing. So for me, we can all we can do is be adults about any situation and move past it. If we can't work what we got out, move past it.
We're gonna move forward with the interview, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Only a goofy woman is gonna reach out to you. So just so when you were talking about, you gotta understand that type of woman is gonna hit you up. Any woman with any sense is gonna look at what you're saying about your ex and the child's mother and try to consider that as like, what the hell are you talking about?
Right. And this is why certain words we just don't say. So jokingly, it was a joke to you. Wasn't a joke to me. I never nor laughed once about the issue. But nevertheless, you wanted to know more information about it. I have nothing to hide.
He's right again.
That's between me and God.
Well, I want to say this again. Again, how I got there was because you said you were taken advantage of. That's why That's why I said that, and then we went down this whole rabbit hole. I would have never said that
It's
if you didn't claim to have been taken advantage of.
I honestly don't feel like it's neither near here nor relevant to my decision making, how I conduct myself now. That was then, that this is now, this is present day. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what more you could really want from me in that particular situation. Whether I get a goofy woman or not, I think everybody is goofy until proven not goofy. So
okay, fair enough. We got Dan.
I don't think people be thinking while they be talking and acting. The projection that what we just witnessed. Yo, this is this type of shit that get people canceled, right? To just dismiss the man's experience and then to tell him on top of that, no woman worth her salt is going to go for this because of how he talked about his ex. He articulated his experience, right? But there's no way he could be forced because people think an erection has to be 100% mental. You have to agree to it. That doesn't even make sense to say. But only a goofy woman gonna reach out to my man because he told the truth about his story. But because you dismissed it and didn't believe it from jump and missed a whole lot of what he said and even flipped the whole scenario, right? She was on top of him all of a sudden. That lets us know that a lot of what he said was ignored because of how you felt and your predetermination. The presupposition destroyed this entire conversation. That should have been an opportunity for Kendra to sit back and listen to understand, right? And be the objective, successful dating coach that she's alleged to be. But instead, she dismissed this man's experience. And this type of shit has backlash, as it should. Men can be taken advantage of, right? But we often feel like we can. I'm saying feel. But society will also tell us that we can't. And people get away with shit like this. This deserves a level of reprimand, right? We don't want to mess up nobody's money, but to an extent, it's like, yo, the man said he was raped and you just saying, no, you weren't. That's irresponsible, man. That's irresponsible. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And I'm out.